We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. I know you all miss me and we are in the festivities. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Merry New Year, Happy Hanukkah. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be offensive here. But yes, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Priscilla. I am a New York-based flight attendant working with a major US airline company. And on this channel, I share my journey of being a flight attendant. So if you're trying to become a flight attendant, you found the right channel. Check out the playlist that I have in the description box below. Let's get into today's video. As you can see in the title, I will be sharing with you what my past 3 months has been living in Ghana, how things have been. I shared my first month. I'm here to share my first 3 months, how things have been. And I will start off right off the bat that it's not been, I think it's been easy in terms of living here, because me moving here, if you're new here, I'm from Ghana. I was born and raised in Ghana. It's just that I spent part of my childhood in Ghana and part of my childhood in the States. But relatively at this point, I think I've spent a good amount of time in both places. So I'm not new here and I have family here. So me moving here, I didn't have to go find a place to live, for example. I already had a house that I was coming to, a home that I was coming to. So that's out of it. I'm not paying rent or anything, right? So that's an expense that I'm bearing right now. So in terms of work, I'm still working in the US. I'm still a flight attendant. I'm just on maternity leave right now, so I'm not actively flying. I just wanted to give that first so you have an idea of who I am and what my situation is in terms of moving to Ghana after living in the US for about 8 years. So one thing that I noticed right off the bat is the cost of living. I noticed that when I visited about 2 years ago, because things have become quite expensive. But honestly, I feel like it's always been the case even when I lived here, right? The difference is that when you come from abroad, and especially when people always have in their mind that, oh, a dollar is like 11 cities, or a dollar is like 12 cities or 15 cities in Ghana. So you get more buck for your bang, or you're more bang for your buck, or whatever they call it. Realistically, yes, a dollar is like in 11 cities right now. It's not 1-to-1, right? As in, a dollar is not the same as one city in Ghana, for example. However, money flows through your hands like water. So one thing that I've learned real quickly, okay, is that you have to manage your expectations. You have to watch how much money you spend. You have to track the things you're spending money on. I have been here for only a few months, and when I tell you I've been frugal, I'm not out here going out to eat. I'm not out here buying clothes, buying hair, buying shoes, buying like all the things that I have bought, in my opinion, are necessities. Like a wardrobe, like a storage cabinet for my room, like a mini refrigerator for my room so that I can keep my breast milk in it. So I don't have to go all the way downstairs to get the milk. For a baby thing, what do they even call it? A bassinet. Yeah, I think it's the bassinet or a crib. A crib. A feeding chair, like toy, like diapers. Okay. Long story short of it is that since I've been here, the only thing I spend my money on are necessities and food. Okay, and food is like home cooked meals. I'm not out here like buying things outside or going to expensive restaurants or anything. And even with that, money is flowing like water through my hands. Okay, so the cost of living is high. The dollar might be worth a lot more in Ghana, but to me, it doesn't really go that far because things have become so expensive. I feel like our economy has become higher than it should be, but that's a different day, a different conversation for another day. At this point, people are even selling properties or listing properties in US dollars while we spend Ghana cities. So that's another battle or fight for another day. But the cost of living is expensive. So if you're coming and you don't have money, or you don't have a proper plan in place in terms of what your income streams are going to be, you're going to have problems. I am in a position where if at least for this past 3 months, if things got hard and I felt like, oh my God, I need to find something to do, I need to make money, I can go back to work. But thank God it hasn't gotten to that point yet. But that should tell you that the cost of living is very high. Things are very, very expensive, and you have to spend wisely. And everybody has expectations of trying to get something from you because they think you traveled and you're back. But at the end of the day, I'm not back because I said Makudi few years abroad and then I'm coming back to enjoy or whatever. No, I'm still working abroad. The only difference is that my job allows me to live here. So I haven't like moved here where I can say, oh, I'm back, so here's whatever I brought to everybody. We're not doing that. Okay, that's not the goal. That's not the situation I'm in. I have just come to unload to go back to work. That's essentially my situation. So I'll still be working. So I'm more so like living here and working abroad in a sense. But don't let anybody pressure you to spend money on things that you don't seem worthy or you don't have to, because peer pressure will catch you. And when it catches you and you end up going broke, they're going to be the same people saying that you don't have any money. Okay, so keep that in mind. The next thing I want to talk about is driving. Driving is kind of tricky because for me personally, I started learning how to drive in Ghana before I moved to the US. So I could drive when I was in Ghana. It's just that I did not have my license when I was in Ghana before I moved to the States 8 years ago. So I'm kind of I have an idea of how ruthless people can be on the road, among other things. But just like anybody else that's lived abroad, once you drive abroad and you come to Ghana, driving here is ghetto. It's ghetto. Like, it's crazy. It's like the mafia. Okay, when you're on the streets of Ghana and you're driving, it's a whole situation altogether. Okay, the road rules are not adhered to. Nobody's obeying the rules. Everybody's doing whatever they want literally on the street. Even overtaking is insane. Okay, but I say all that to say that I've only driven once, okay? And not necessarily out of fear. It's because it's just so exhausting. The traffic, and especially in December now, driving is crazy. Traffic is a lot. Like, a two-way street is now with 2 lanes. It now has like 6 lanes because people are creating their own streets on the same road. It's messy and it's ghetto. That's all I gotta say about that. So if you're coming just for holidays, please find someone to drive you. Let somebody take on that stress. It's not worth it. But if you're here for the long term, gradually test the waters. Go to places where it's not traffic heavy, and just get comfortable. And then, because once you know how to drive, you know how to drive. It's just that people are ruthless on the streets here, that you might expect somebody to be a defensive driver or to know that you have the right of way, but the issue is that they don't give a damn about the right of way. That's the problem. They just do whatever they want on the street. So it's just so many hazards and risks. So it takes time to get used to it. I do plan on driving more. At this point, looking back, I wish I brought my own vehicle, or I'm thinking of getting my own car. So yes, that's it right there. But honestly, in the past, I've enjoyed using public transportation, but these days I'm so lazy. I don't even have the desire to deal with the stress. Okay. And I think it also, because I have a baby, I feel like I have to go and come as soon as possible so that I don't waste time in traffic or trying to find a car or trying to find public transportation when I can be spending that time at home pumping or breastfeeding, right? So I think that's also contributed to me not using public transportation as much as I did. But driving is crazy. It's crazy. It's still crazy till today, okay? It's insane. So be cautious out there on the streets. And especially now that it's Christmas, the traffic, oh my goodness, it's too much. The other thing that I do want to talk about is the weather. It is hot. It is hot. It is hot. It is hot. Luckily for me, it was summer before coming here. It was summer in Seattle when I was moving here. And when I arrived here, it was a little bit chill. Like, the weather wasn't too hot because it was raining a lot. So it wasn't, I felt like I didn't have a need for an air conditioner. But no, it's hot. It's hot, guys. It's hot. And I have a baby now, so I can't afford to thug it out. I have to get an air conditioner. So I did get an air conditioner just recently, and it's been better. It's been way better. I can deal with the heat when I'm out in the heat, but when I'm at home, like to record videos and stuff. Oh my God, the other day I wanted to record a video outside, and I thought I was going to pass out. It was so hot, guys. It was so hot. It was so hot. I thought I was going to pass out. My mom couldn't, she was just making fun of me. She couldn't stop because she warned me not to go out there in the heat. I was like, oh, I got it. I mean, we can thug it out. It's going to be okay. My God, I thought I was going to pass out. But the weather is hot, but it's hot. It's way too hot. I've never liked the heat ever since I was a child. So living in Seattle or Washington State was good for me because I actually liked the weather, except for the snow or when it was extremely cold beyond reasonable parameters. The other thing also that I did my past 3 months over the past 3 months was reconnect me with my childhood, like my roots. I obviously I didn't really go back to where my parents were originally from because we're from the eastern region and currently we live in Greater Accra region. I went back to where I was born, where I grew up, where I lived when I was schooling in nursery, primary school, elementary school, or whatever, junior high, college, where I lived when I was doing all those things. And it was interesting to go back to see like how far we've come and knowing that we were living in that area and where we are now. It was eye-opening and it was nice to reflect and to reconnect with all those things. So I know you guys have been seeing the vlogs from that escapades, but or that expedition. But yes, that was interesting to do over the past 3 months for sure. The other thing I want to talk about is power outages, right? So I already knew that water supply, power supply was not a consistent thing, right? So my expectations were very, very low. But I feel like what makes these power outages quite recently is the fact that it's on and off, like, and that has been the case in the past, so I know it's happened before, but we thought things were getting better. But now it's like literally within the span of 5 minutes the power can go off and on. Within the span of 5 minutes it goes off, comes back on, goes off, comes back on, like literally within 5 minutes. And I'm like, what is going on? Is somebody playing with us? Like, what's up? Okay. I don't know what happened. It just all of a sudden started doing that. And within 30 minutes, we would have like light off, on, light off, on. It was just crazy over a certain period of time. So that was insane. But power outage is not consistent, obviously. It fluctuates a lot. You might have power today, you might not have one the next day. Because I've been here when it was quite bad. I remember when I was in uni at the University of Ghana, it was a whole schedule. So we had power out for like 48 hours, then we had power for 24 hours. So it's 48 off, 24 hours on. That's how it was for some time. So I've had it be that way before, but knowing you have a schedule like that, you can plan around that, even though it's bad. But not knowing it's gonna go off, then it goes off, it comes back on, it goes off, it comes back on, that was just insane and crazy. But that's been something that's thrown me off a bit, But aside from that, it happens. I expected it. That and water supply. We get water supply like once every 2 weeks. So every Thursday, that's every other Thursday is when we get water supply. So that's another thing to expect. So if you're moving from the US to Ghana, know that power, water supply is not consistent unless you have a reservoir that you can fill, or you just buy water once you don't have any and you're out. So that's another downside. The other thing is good internet. Okay, so far MTN has been great. Even when I use my hotspot, it's pretty good. But one thing I'm noticing is that when I use my internet overnight, like between 12 midnight to early in the morning, it's much better because there's less traffic. A lot more people are sleeping. So these days when I'm uploading my YouTube videos, for example, I do it overnight because that's when I'm able to leave my laptop on, just have it upload in peace, and then I sleep. Because when I try to do it during the day, it takes too much time and it pulls too much data. So even though we do have Wi-Fi at home, it's not strong enough for me to upload my videos. And our Wi-Fi is not through MTN. It's through a different service provider. We don't have access to the MTN fiber whatever in our area. So that's the reason why I have to use their hotspot on my phone. It's kind of weird. I can use the phone, but not the broadband internet data. It's a whole conversation. MTN can answer that question, not me. But yes, getting internet, stable internet, if you get a good one, it's going to cost you money. as well. So plan for that too, especially if you're going to be creating content. Just know that it was frustrating from the beginning, because when you're coming from a place where you record your video, you upload it, and you're good to go. It's literally uploaded in the next 5 to 10 minutes. And coming here where it takes about an hour, 2 hours. One time I left my video on to upload and it took over 15 hours and it was only like 2%. Okay. So once I figured out MTN works for me, I use the hotspot. So I buy the data overnight and then I use it to upload my videos, and then I'm good to go. The other thing also that I do want to talk about is getting an investment properties. Like I said, my parents already have a home that I can live in, among other things. But one thing that I was considering getting over the past 3 months, or looking into getting or considering, especially once I start work, is an investment property. So either a land to buy and sell, or a land to buy, develop, and then rent out. That's what I was considering doing as well, because you have to get multiple streams of income, especially if you live in Ghana, because things are expensive. Like I said, they're quoting properties, lands, and homes in US dollars. And even though I do have a job that I'm going to be doing, I would rather want to have multiple streams of income, like the way I have my YouTube. And then I want to go into investment property as well, so that I diversify my portfolio in the sense. So that's something I'm looking into. So if anybody wants to sponsor my first investment property, please do so. Okay. I'm open to it. I'm not going to fight you. Okay. But if you're also looking to invest in Ghana, please let me know. There are some people that I can hook you up with as well. Just let me know in the comment section if you're interested in buying property, land, or homes, or whatever. I know some good people that are genuine that I can hook you up with, and then they can also link you up as well. Because I know if you're a Ghanaian, you think you're going to be living abroad, so you rather want to invest in properties abroad. Personally, in a perfect world, I want both. I want to have a condo in the US that I can always travel to, and I have to worry about now going to find an apartment. And then I would want to have an investment property here in Ghana that I can rent out, because I already have a place where I live. So technically, I only want a household where I know that my money is it's making money for me, some kind of income, additional income. So yes, so in a perfect world, I would want to have both, but word is not perfect, so we're working towards that goal. But yes, if you guys are interested, let me know. I can hook you up real quickly. Finally is just reaching out to friends. Like, I feel like coming back, I don't know if it's because me coming back, it's not necessarily like a permanent thing, like, oh my God, I'm coming back to Ghana and I'm not going back to the US. Part of me still feels attached to the US, in the sense that I still feel like I'm visiting, even though I'm coming to live. I think it's because I'm going to be working as well abroad. That's why I still feel that way. But I haven't necessarily reached out to people except for like my immediates. Yeah, I haven't necessarily reached out or connected with anybody. And like I said in the beginning, cost of living here is quite expensive. So going out is going to cost money. Hanging out, activities, the things you do cost you money. Immediately you step out, just like the US, immediately you step out your door, you're negative $100 or $50, okay? And although things are relatively cheaper in terms of the value of the currency, it still costs money, right? So I'm trying to be as strategic as possible in terms of my expenses, because in as much as I enjoy living here, I know how quickly people get broke and they're forced to go back to the US. That's not my case. It's not going to be my case because before moving here, I made sure that I had my plan A, plan B, plan C, and I have my get out emergency plan as well. So I planned before coming. So don't just think that because you see people moving from the diaspora all the way back to Africa or Ghana or anywhere, any parts of Africa, it's not that simple. It's not that easy. So please be strategic, because there's been so many people that have moved here and left after a year, started businesses, and it failed within 2 years or a year, and they had to leave. So you have to be mindful that when you're coming, it's not the end all be all. Things can happen. Things might not go the way you want it to go. So if you really want to enjoy your experience here, please make sure that you are planning properly in terms of finances. Everything costs money in this country, okay? Everything costs money. So you have to make sure that you have your funds ready and you have a plan, and you're going to be spending your money wisely. And a bonus thing is the fact that, oh my God, people are just so laid back. Everything is so chill and so laid back, which is great, which means there's less pressure, there's less stress, But it is to a fault, because sometimes when you need A, B, C, D done, it takes forever to get it done. I've been thankful or grateful that for the most part, the things that I've wanted done have been done when I wanted them done. But that's also in part because I bought things that were already made. Like the furniture in my room, it would have been way cheaper, right, to get somebody to do it for me. But I know my people. I know that if I ask somebody to do it for me, I have been here for over 3 months now at this point. At the time I was recording this video, it's been more than 3 months because I'm just sharing my 3 months experience. But I feel like I still would have been waiting for that wardrobe. I feel like I would have started work and I'll still be waiting for the wardrobe a year later, months later, or they would do it and not do it the way you wanted. So because I did not want that stress, everything I bought, like my cabinet, my wardrobe, my back crib and everything, I made sure that I bought things that were already made. It's much more costly, but I pay extra for convenience. I am somebody at the point where I am at my big age now, I pay for peace of mind. I would always pay extra for peace of mind and convenience. I'm sorry. I don't need the stress. The stress is not going to pay me. The only stress I'm willing to take on is the stress that pays me. If it's not adding to my future, my health, my finances in any way, I'm not down for it. So yeah, it's been interesting. It's been great. 3 months check-in. It's still been great. I still don't have any regrets yet, except when the power was doing that crazy stuff. And I was mainly frustrated because I pump, right? I pump my breast milk. So having the power go on and off was annoying because it affects my milk because I need to keep it at a stable temperature, right? So it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. But that was my only frustration over the 3 month period, was the power outages and stuff like that. With regards to water, it's not it doesn't come all the time, but we have a fix for it, and it's just managing your use and everything else. So yeah, aside from that, it's been great. But to my friends who are watching my videos and supporting me, who live in Ghana, who haven't heard from me, don't take it personal. I've just had so much going on. I'm honestly still trying to settle in. I'm still trying to create a routine around my baby and seeing what I can do, how long I can be out, where I can go and stuff like that. I think I'll be more open to meeting up and catching up once I start to drive more often. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing in January. This December, I doubt. Even if I'm going to drive in the morning, it's probably going to be like early at the crack of dawn because the traffic out there is crazy. And sometimes the distance from one place to the other due to traffic can be so long and so exhausting that, oh my God, I don't want to go through that. I would rather have somebody drive me, okay? Like I said, at my age now, I pay for convenience and peace of mind. So I just don't want to deal with the stress. But yes, that's my yap for today, guys. I let me know what your thoughts are. If you just moved to Ghana, what has been your experience so far? So far, mine has been great. Am I considering moving back anytime soon? Not at all. Do I miss anything in the States? No. Maybe because I know that at the back of my head, my mind, I will be going back soon because I'm going to be working there. So it's not like end all be all. I'm back and I'm not going back. So my circumstances are different. But yeah, so far it's been good. It's been good. We look forward to more months here. But if you enjoyed today's video, one way you can show support is to subscribe to the channel and also like the video and share your thoughts in the comment section. Share the video as well. Thank you all for watching today's video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.